enthusiastic participation from more than 10 colleges and over 300 participants across the nation.
The theme of the event revolves around cities and spaces to make them more resilient by applying long-term solutions and integrated decision making. At the same time, to mitigate the worst effects of climate emergency or any future event similar to this pandemic by revisualizing the system of the city.
Following the glorious culture of India, I would like to start the occasion with a prayer song by the fellow participants.
Ya kundendu tushayahara ya shubhavastavita ya veenanvara dandamandita kara ya shveta padmasana.
तेरा आसमां तू बड़ा मेहरबान तू बख्शिश कर सभी का है तू सभी पे खुदा मेरे तू बख्शिश कर तेरी है जमीन तेरा आसमां तू बड़ा मेहरबान तू बख्शिश कर सभी का है तू सभी पे खुदा मेरे तू बख्शिश कर तेरी मर्जी से है मालिक रहमत से हम सबने ये जिस्म जान पाए हैं तू अपनी नजर हम पर रखना जिस हाल में है ये रखना तेरी है जमीन तेरा आसमां तू बड़ा मेहरबान तू बख्शिश कर सभी का है तू सभी खुदा मेरे तू बख्शिश कर खुदा मेरे तू बख्शिश कर खुदा मेरे तू बख्शिश कर.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Nagaraj for us. Now, I would like to call upon the stage the Dean of Academics of SPA-D, Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar, to welcome our guests for today.
But you can hear me. And Director SPA-D Shri N.K. Patel, President ITCA, to the 22nd annual North Plan 2021. Before I make a little elaborate comment, I just want to say this. बच्चे बड़े हो गए. Why I say this? Because the kind of organizing skills that they have shown today, the kind of arrangements and a number of organizations that are sponsoring, collaborating with them. 12 colleges are getting together to support this event. So that's why I say बच्चे बड़े हो गए. And the title is very appropriate. This is again very thoughtful of them to talk about Punarutthan, which means I'm told resurgence, implying that we are now trying to emerge out of the global pandemic, COVID-19, and I'm sure like all of us have experienced, our students have also experienced those moments of loneliness, and still we are going through it. I think this is very thoughtful that this title is given. As far as NOS plan itself is concerned, this is a platform for interaction within the student community of planning and also trying to interact with others who may be from the planning community or may not be from the planning community. So this is a great occasion for getting together, collaboratively learning various skills, like I pointed out, organizing skills, even learning about substantive issues that planning throws up. So this is a great occasion, and we were very happy at SPA Delhi to support this event. Initially, we had certain doubts, but looking at the organizing skills they have proved, and that they can organize large events successfully. I just want to say thank you, particularly the two persons from the concept president and the convention officer. Both are my dear students, so I'm very happy and pleased for both of you and Thompson and other students. Um, I will say more on NOS plan in terms of let's say learning together. And as we all know, SPA has a tradition of concentrating on studios. The seeds of this collaborative learning are really sown in our studios, where people get together, do things together rather than individually. So that is now getting reflected even out of the studios. With these few words, I would like to again welcome our Chief Guest, Shri N.K. Patel, President IPTI, and Shri M. Nagaraj, Director Corporate Planning, HUDCO, and I hand over to the organizers.
Thank you so much, sir, for the warm welcome and all the applause that we got.
Now, I request Sir Durga Shanker, Director SPA-D Academic, other guests, and respected dignitaries to light the lamp.
Now I would like to invite Neela for a sitar performance. Thank you so much, Nila, for this memory. Now I would like to invite active professor Dr. P.S.N. to felicitate the chief guest with the shawl. I would also like to invite Director Sir to inspire us with his kind words.
Good morning, all of you. Respected Durga Shanker Mishra ji, Secretary to the Government of India, Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs. He could not personally make it here this morning because he had to go to Dehradun on some smart city work, but he conveys his best wishes to all of us. Shri Patel ji, who has come all the way from Ahmedabad to be with us this morning, President of the Institute of Town Planners. Warm welcome to you. And Shri N. Nagaraj ji, Director Corporate Planning HUDCO. At a very short notice, he has agreed to come and be with us this morning. So welcome to you also. My dear faculty members and students from all the colleges from across the country, a very warm welcome to all of you on the occasion of this NOSPLAN annual event, actually held as Punarutthan. Punarutthan is nothing but resurgence, creating the new India which our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has been talking about. And we as planners have a very, very important and a key role to play in this resurgence of this new India. And therefore we are trying to play our part in whatever small way we can. And therefore, it is very aptly titled, and I congratulate all the students involved in this. President Abhishek Luke, Convention Officer Amanpreet Singh, and our Secretary General, who has come all the way from SPA Vijayawada, and Editor-in-Chief is also here with us, and all those whose names I don't know, but who have been working behind the scenes. All of you have done a great job in organizing this event. So, by planning and by not plan, I think it is important that if all of us are doing our own little bit, then it will not really add up much. I'm sure all of you have heard about that story about the small sticks. Uh, when they are alone, they can win, but when they are all bundled up together, then they will strength. So each college of planning, which is working independently on its own, doing its little bit in different parts of the country, is one part of the story. We all have to do our bit, but then it's only many drops which make the ocean. So if you want to really grow as a profession, then all of us have to come together, and that is what NOS Plan is all about. It's about coming together and contributing together. So all the colleges of planning in the country have all come together to NOS Plan, and it's really nice that we are all here this morning. And there are a large number of events which have also been organized over the 3 days of this event, because planning is also a lot about participation. So we expect that all the students from various colleges across the country will participate. We would have loved to have all of you together at one place, meet each other, greet each other, but unfortunately that's not possible in the current times. So we have no other choice but to do this on an online mode. But then online has also become the order of the day. So so be it. And please do participate in large numbers and make this event successful. The Secretary to the Government of India, in his address, has very rightly pointed out what is the importance of the planning profession, or rather, what is the emerging importance of the planning profession in making the new India. He has spoken to you about the large number of missions which the Government of India has initiated, and it's a long and detailed recording that we've been able to do at his residence. So I would request all of you to listen to the advice that he is giving us, and together I think we can make a lot of difference. That is the message which I would like to give to all the young planners of this country, that people have to live, people have to work, people have to play, and to do all of this, you need cities, you need settlements, you need villages, whatever you may call them. So for all of that, we have a very major role to play, and we have to play that role. And unless and until we speak for ourselves, because planning is still a very young profession, although we have spent more than 100 years of planning in the country, we still are a young profession, and many people do not know what are we planning for. Because today you also have wedding planners, you have planners, various kinds of planners for birthday parties and for various platform to make that happen.
there is a huge role, particularly you young boys has to play. When in 2000, 2030, 2040, out of the 2 cities and 1 million urbanites. On second part, there is a global warming. Third, fortunately or unfortunately, there is a 74th amendment which is not implemented. But if it is implemented, then there is a huge requirement of our profession. And pandemic, we are talking about a good density and bad density also. So there is a plethora of number of the things, and in our nation, particularly in our political economic condition of India, the young planners should stand up. They should be more vocal. They should be more research oriented. And rightly, they should be, all planning decisions should be the localized. We have not to follow each and every time the westernized things, but our all patterns and other things. And for such exchange of ideas, there are a number of the speakers are giving their views. So finally, I will give a message to the students all across the country that there is a huge potential in our profession, but contemporarily we have, as a young planner, there is a huge responsibility which you have to serve to the nations. Finally, as a Institute of Town Planner President, I congratulate the team of NOSPLAN. I welcome all across the country those students who are joining. And this is a meaningful platform, and this is the 22nd NOSPLAN which we are inaugurating. So good luck. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We really feel motivated to be a planner. So now I would like to invite our esteemed guest of honor, Shri N. Nagaraj, Director Corporate Planning HUDCO, to enlighten us with his words.
Respected Shri Durga Shanker Mishra ji, Honorable Secretary, Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, who is not with us, right now is in Dehradun. Respected Dr. P.S.N. Rao sir, Director, School of Planning and Architecture, Shri N.K. Patel ji, President, ITPL, Professor Ashok Kumar ji, Dean Academics, Shri Abhishek Luti ji, President, NOSPLAN, academicians, professional architects and planners, my dear students. A very good morning to all of you. It is an honor for me with you all this today's morning for the inaugural session of 22nd Annual Convention. It has been rightly themed Punarutthan, which means resurgence given the global COVID pandemic, which has crippled the lives and livelihoods around the globe, and India is not an exception to this. The generation of students is witness to this tremendous decades of history of urbanization, where the growth of urban centers, particularly developing countries like in India, is unprecedented. Cities have become the engines of socio-economic growth, contributing more than half of the global GDP. At the outset, I would like to congratulate each one of you for selecting this stream, especially architecture and planning, pursuing this course, which is a nation building in my opinion. India, as you all know, that it is a home for 1.38 billion population, which we need the cities inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. urbanization, as you all know, that is taking place faster than what we anticipated earlier. It is estimated that every minute around 30 people are migrating from rural India to urban India due to various factors like employment, health, education, etc. Some of the states, for instance, like Tamil Nadu, it's highly urbanized, at 48%. Similarly, Kerala, we have states like Maharashtra, Haryana. At the same time, we do have some states like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Odisha, yet to catch up with these states. I had the opportunity to travel very interiors in the state of Jharkhand. To my surprise, I found that I belong to a state, Tamil Nadu. So it appeared to me almost like this state is some of the rural parts I'm talking about. So almost 50 years behind this urbanized states like Tamil Nadu where I belong. Especially in villages, even if you go to any village, smallest and small, I'm from a very backward aspirational district where not much development has taken place in Tamil Nadu. If you compare that place to Jharkhand, there's a place called Bumla, where I stayed. There was no internet connection, there was no telephone connection. I was carrying Airtel. I was almost lost for a week's time. I had gone for a rehabilitation of manual scavengers, which most of you may be knowing it. I'll just tell you the detail when I just go on. So I was almost for 7 days, I was cut off from telephone. I didn't know that I was supposed to carry B.S.N.L. I only carried my Airtel. So India is a very diverse country. We have almost like some of the states are highly industrialized, some of the states are still lagging behind. As we all know that levels of urbanization was near 17% at the time of independence. Presently, it is around 32%. It is likely to go 600 million by 2030. This is a small statistics I just would like to show. That means we require a space on an average from 700 to 900 million square meter space, which is equivalent to the city of Chicago for next years, in order to cope with the kind of population we are growing at. To cater to this kind of developments, our government of India has come out with one of the best program schemes. To name some of them, which is my most favorite scheme, this is Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, PMAY. I can say that which is the biggest program on earth in terms of affordable housing. Nowhere on the earth this kind of program is happening at present. I would like to throw a little background for this. During the Parliament in July 2014, our Honorable Prime Minister of India has launched this program. When India completes 75 years of independence, that means by 2022, every citizen should have a Pakka house, meaning they should have a water supply, electricity, and a toilet. So this program, let me quote some numbers. Today morning, I just gone through the website. We have one of the best dashboard. I can say that they're proud. So far, 10.98 million houses have been sanctioned against the demand of 11.22 million houses, out of which 7.14 million houses have been grounded for construction, 4.18 million houses have been completed and handed over to beneficiary. HUDCO is one of the partner in program in these programs also. As I told you, I can say with the conviction that the scale and scope being attempted in the PMAY cannot be compared to the experience of any other country in the world. As a result, success of Indian model of affordable housing will define the future of urban development world over, both in theory as well as in practice. I can say with a very much conviction. Second very important program, even HUDCO has been involved in this, 100 smart cities. Many of these smart cities are taking shape. Now we are also associated with financing. Very recently, we have given a sanction of 1,000 crores to one smart city, that is Bhopal. So we have recently sanctioned. Similarly, Agartala, one more smart city and libraries project is also coming. HUDCO is proud to associate this, and a couple of more also we are contemplating financing like Indore, Jabalpur, and all. Third scheme, I would like to highlight Amrut, Atal Mission for Regeneration and Urban Transformation, which was launched by Honorable Prime Minister with a focus on establishing infrastructure that would adequate sewerage networks and water supply. Again, we have been doing a great work in the state of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka in water supply and sewage including one very recent scheme also in Odisha, where 5 cities they are going planning for underground drainage and water supply schemes. Fourth scheme is HIDAI, National Heritage City Development and Administration Yojana. These schemes especially like Ajmer, Amravati, Amritsar, Badami, Dwarka, Gaya, Kanchipuram, Mathura, then Puri, Varanasi, all these heritage cities. This is again one more very innovative scheme which is under implementation. Fourth scheme I would like to indicate, this is Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. This has really done a marvelous and transformational work, what I can say that. In the year 2013 to 16, I had an opportunity to work for socio-economic welfare of manual scavengers, their dependents, which I feel that I was lucky. Though I'm not a technical background, basically I'm a finance background, but still I've taken this as a challenging program. Before this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan came, most of the cities in the northern part of India have not come out as much in the south. So, but especially UP, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, these states, I myself has done personally in 2012, 13, 12, 13, 14, large number of insanitary latrines was there. Thanks to the government who have completely demolished these insanitary latrines, come out with a new sanitation facilities, thereby completely eliminating this manual. See that one of the best dashboards that have each program as a separate dashboard in Ministry of Urban and Housing and Urban Development. I feel that this, especially in these programs, will take us to the vision and mission of Honorable Prime Minister of India, taking the economy to 5 trillion US dollar economy, and whereby giving a platform to 10 trillion US dollar economy by 2030. During COVID-19, we all seen that especially lower strata, especially economically weaker section and lower income group have been affected very badly. We have witnessed the migration, which was reverse migration, I can say that from cities to almost their villages as people started walking. So luckily administration has got into the act immediately and they started carrying through buses and trains. And we all witnessed the kind of planning we have done it earlier, so which requires our student community to take note of it. Maybe in future planning we need to involve, especially catering to the economically weaker section and lower income group categories. I can say that these pandemics, wherever it has happened, be it the 16th century or 17th century or even the early 10th century, let me quote some examples. History has taught us that these diseases have shaped cities. Throughout history, terrible events have led to the great transformations. Like for instance, bubonic plague in the 13th century led to modern employment contract. Cholera and tuberculosis epidemics in the mid-80s and 20s gave us urban parks, radically improved sanitation infrastructure, changed architecture and urban planning regulations. Similarly, in the year 1918, Spanish flu completely revolutionized the healthcare system. So there is a reason to be optimistic that COVID-19 will also go in similar way, and we will learn more and more, and thereby we will try to strengthen, especially our urban local bodies. Like one instance where we have seen that initially the pandemic has picked up too much on Dharavi. So maybe this is thing we need to take note of this. Towards this, the key stakeholders, including student community, have a critical role to play in terms of shaping the future cities to be more resilient such pandemics by reimagining and revisualizing how effectively we manage these cities. Honorable Prime Minister of India, while addressing World Economic Forum, especially the last couple of days we have seen it, said that India will be the economic growth engine of the world through positive dividends of urbanization, physical and digital infrastructure development through various Government of India missions, including urban missions which I talked about. the Atmanirbhar Bharat Self-Reliant India program. Therefore, this Punarutthan or resurgence is already taking shape in India. This has also been reaffirmed by the IMF's World Economic Outlook report, wherein it has projected that after a negative growth of 8% minus GDP growth in this current financial year, India will have a V-shaped growth, wherein 11.5% will be the likely growth in the next financial year, that is 2021-22, which will be the highest growth rate across the world because our India's fundamentals are very strong, especially reforms and resilient initiatives that's taken by Government of India. To bring back the national economy into positive growth trajectory, one of the key policy actions identified is the sustained investment in infrastructure. It has a huge potential, especially national infrastructure pipeline, most of us are aware. So task force has identified that there is a requirement of Indian rupee, that means INR 111 trillion is the needed for next 5 years. Therefore, as a resurgent measure, this is expected to be a lot of activities and housing and urban infrastructure front with a huge capital outlay, which will help the cities become smarter, more resilient and productive. As again highlighted by Honorable Prime Minister of India, World Economic Forum, digital infrastructure, frontier technologies, and artificial intelligence are going to be the key factors in this urban development. So HUDCO has been very important ally of Government of India. In all its program initiatives, we at HUDCO encourage young minds to come to and continue to the cause of nation building. Therefore, I urge all planning students to be leaders and disruptors to find innovative solutions to the challenges of future cities. The McKinsey report Urban World Mapping the Economic Power of Cities has predicted that 2 billion people will live in top 600 cities by 2025 and 64 trillion of GDP with 735 million households of which 235 million have income of $20,000 and more. This is the challenge to the new urban India. I have my favorite architectural this thing, which is a known fact that especially one of the most fascinating temples I have visited in my life is that Vedeswar temple in Thanjavur. Many of you may be knowing it, which is around 1000 years old, during built in Rajaraja Chola's time. Even till today, you can see that the temple is standing majestically. Similarly, one more favorite place I have visited, Hampi. This is in 15th century, Vijayanagara Empire. They have built a beautiful structures, especially in terms of planning, beautiful roads, streets, shops and all. So, plus Taj Mahal. That shows that we Indians are the best. We can outlast anybody in terms of architecture. We are none to anybody. And in my opinion, architecture and art and you architects and planners have the power to transform and paint the bright future of the country, like what Singapore and Dubai has done it within last 20 years. I had an opportunity to visit Singapore in early 80s and same in Dubai. I have not seen much skyline, but today if you go back after 15, 20 years, 30 years, you can see the complete transformation. I hope our student community will take up this great challenge and do that at the end. Thank you once again for this convention. I wish you a great success and thank you so much. Jai Hind. Be safe and be healthy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We are really enlightened by the facts and the reality. Further, I would like to ask the coordinators to play the inaugural address by our chief guest, Shri Dr. Durga Shanker Mishra, IAS, Secretary to the Government of India, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs.
Good morning, everybody. I now request the chief guest for this morning's event, Shri Durga Shanker Mishra ji. He is the Secretary for the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India. So I request him to kindly deliver the inaugural address.
Professor Rao, Director of the School of Planning and Architecture, Delhi. Honorable, the President of Northland, all the students of planning and the members of faculty of planning who have joined this 3 days Punarutthan event from 29th onwards. At the outset, let me compliment you for this 3 days event on such an important subject. I apologize for not being present in person because of my some other commitments outside Delhi. I would have loved to be here and be talking to the students who are pursuing the area of planning and architecture. Well, I'm very impressed with the word you have chosen for this 3 days event. Punarutthan. That is resurgence, transformation, and that is the age in which we are moving in. We are in now. Planning is one subject which many people may not even know how important they are. In fact, they think that anybody can plan, anybody can do the architecture. You don't require any specialized. But of late, when things have started moving in the urban areas so fast, the country has realized the importance of planning. And those who have developed expertise in this area, they have started gaining importance. When somebody, like me, I was born in a village. My initial 12 years was in my village. But then I moved to the urban area for the education. And from then on, I had been in the urban area. The first thing somebody moves to the urban area is the housing. Completely new thing which we didn't even know when the Honorable Chancellor was envisioning. And my ministry, through large scale consultation, came out with a mission. And today it is making a bold statement across the country. Not only those 100 cities were selected, through for the first time in the country, I have put in 37 years in the Indian Administrative Service and have served in different capacities in the state of Uttar Pradesh and in the central government. And I have only learned that the government missions and the programs are like entitlements. Once the government launches a scheme or a program or a project, one gets entitled because one is backward, or one doesn't have that, or something of that kind. But this was one program which came to a challenge, a new paradigm shift, where any city was eligible for participation. And the criteria was, how do you dream your city to become smart over a period of time? How do you raise resources? The central government will give partly, state government will give partly, but how do you raise the resources to realize your dreams? And what do you do to make your city achieve the dreams and aspirations of the citizens? Ultimately, a great scholar and a planner, architect from Denmark, Copenhagen, I'm forgetting his name, says cities are for the people. When the cities are for the people, the cities should address the issues of the people. And this smart city was nothing but ensuring first the livability, culturally sustainable, socially sustainable, economically sustainable, and employability, that it improves the livelihood opportunities. It gave immense opportunities for the city administration to innovate, to do things which were citizen friendly, citizen centric. And I can say today, a total smart city plan of nearly 205,000 crores, which was the aggregate of these 100 cities. We have already grounded projects worth nearly 146,000 crores. We have already completed projects worth nearly 40,000 crores. And a large number of them are in a public-private partnership. The smart command and control centers, 53 of them are operational. 54th, I am going tomorrow to Dehradun to launch of the new smart command and control center in Dehradun. They are like the brain and the nervous system a human being has, so does the city has. The city can see things, process things, decide about things, whether it is sanitation, water, sewer, security, safety, transport, anything you think of, education, health. You think of anything during COVID, when the world was facing such big challenges, our integrated command and control centers, they played a very, very important role. During the disaster, when the floods were there in Vadodara, floods were there in Kakinada, the cyclone was there, they were playing a very, very important role in ensuring speed and success, in predicting things, in logistics management, in ensuring that misinformation or wrong information does not go to the people, people get the right kind of information. I will invite you if you are in a city, one of these smart cities, please do visit our integrated command and control center. See the kind of power it gives to the city. And not only that, our smart cities, we have learned new ways of planning. The planning which is called retrofitting. The brownfield, the city is already there, we need to retrofit so that provide a better quality of life. A redevelopment will completely demolish the place and come up with a new development where the people have better quality of life. Or a new development, green development. That is the city area adjoining the city, where you do the completely new development. And a mixed development which used to be in order earlier, but we started segregating things in the planning. We started, this is residential, this is commercial, this is industrial, this is that, this is that. A movement which is started by the automobile industry, impacted by that people have to travel a lot. The present day, we want to go for transit-oriented development. We want to have a mixed development so that people can live, they can work, they can get entertainment, they get schooling, everything together, and all at a walking distances. That's an order today. We have when you have a fast transit modes, you can have a transit-oriented development. Ahmedabad and metro is true. What I mean to say is that we are working with a complete focus of transforming the urban landscape. And the focus is only twofold: providing ease in living, making businesses simple, ease in doing businesses, improving the quality, making sure that all those who have moved to India, move to the urban area, they can realize their dreams. And once they start doing that, the impact will be, the whole country will be working in the one direction. And the $3 trillion economy, which we are today, will transform to the $5 trillion economy by 2024 and $10 trillion economy by 2050. That is the path which Honorable Prime Minister has taken. And we are all very much committed to it. I think as stewards of planning, my advice to you is ample opportunities today, whether it is a smart cities, whether it is our Amrit program, housing program, the general planning, You should open up, learn. We have got the fellowship under the smart cities. Internship with program. We have launched that. The cities are offering the internship program. You can see how the country is transforming. And then you become part of the Indian growth. The growth which is happening today, the world is realizing, and you become part of it. I end with, recently you must have heard about our central vista getting redeveloped. The new parliament is coming up, the work is already on. The central vista avenue, today I went for the 26th January Republic Day parade there. I promise you next year when we go there, it will be completely transformed. And slowly the whole area is going to be changed. And who is doing it? The planners, architects, engineers. Everybody is contributing towards that, and you can be part of that. I think
Thank you so much, everyone. So, as this is rightly said, the course of an organization is dependent on its leaders. We can proudly say that NOSPLAN has been successfully led by our acting president and national treasurer, Abhishek Guru. So, I would like to call my dear friend to the stage to give a vote of thanks. Thank you.
So a very pleasant afternoon to all of you present here. So the convention has just begun and we already had such an incredible inauguration ceremony. Thank you for the inauguration team for this inauguration ceremony. So firstly, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone associated with the organization and helping bringing up this convention. So first of all, I'd like to thank the dignitaries, Shri N.K. Patel sir and Shri M. Nagaraj sir, who have taken out the time and shared their work, experience and knowledge with all of us. Your words of wisdom will surely guide us in becoming better planners for the future. And not just us present in this room, but all those planners who are budding planners who are watching it live on different platforms. So I would also take this opportunity to thank the School of Planning and Architecture New Delhi, especially Professor Dr. P.S.N. Rao, our director, and Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar, our Dean of Academics, that they have helped us and provided us with all the assistance, infrastructure, and financial assistance that we require to build up this convention. So I would as well like to thank our dear faculty members who have guided us and supported us in bringing up this convention, this inauguration ceremony, and the 3 days of convention. I as well would like to thank our collaborators, especially the Institute of Town Planners, and especially Shri N.K. Patel sir and Khudankar sir, and also the former president, Professor D.S. Mishra, and the former General Secretary, Shri Pradeep Kapoor sir, for guiding us and helping us, building up this whole convention and this whole year of NOS plan. And also the National Institute of Urban Affairs, I would like to thank Shri Hitesh Vaidya sir. He could not be here with us as he has some prior commitments, but I would like to take this opportunity to thank him for guiding the organization and providing us with assistance. And also I would like to thank HUDCO as well, in collaboration with HUDCO as well, and the Energy Institute, the Energy Resource Institute, and Center for Urban and Regional Excellence, the Planning Tank, who is our media partner, Non-Urbanism, Urban Box, and Chess.com, who have helped raise this convention to a greater heights. Also, organizing and judging the events would not have been possible without their support and guidance. I would as well like to thank the entire convention team, along with the coordinators and volunteers, headed by the convention officer, Amarpreet Singh, who have worked here and are still working down the clock to make the convention a grand success. And especially my executive council, Nirvan Kumar, the General Secretary of NOS Plan, Chaitanya Lodhe, the Editor-in-Chief of NOS Plan, the Rajshekhar, the Web Manager, and Vishesh Bharadwaj, our advisor in our advisory board. Without their hard work and support, this convention would not have come to life. Finally, I would like to thank all the participants and viewers who have been with us throughout the convention week, supporting us by taking part in different webinars, events, and various competitions that we have hosted online mode. Yeah, the convention is an event where the students get a chance to explore, learn, and meet new people. So, and this year the convention is happening online. So it was a different task altogether. So our council itself was, elected in April in a lockdown stage, and the election happened online. And since then, we could not have, we could not meet physically. So all the functioning of the organization had been done in online mode. So it was a different task for us, but yeah, and but we came out of this task and succeeded with the help of you all present here. And yeah, I hope you all, especially the students, find something useful in these coming 3 days of convention. And I wish all the best to the colleges and good luck for the NOS Plan Trophy. Thank you all once again.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Now I would ask all the dignitaries for the tree plantation. And with this, we come to an end to the inauguration ceremony.
Thank you so much to all who are there with us and further. Please stay tuned for the exciting upcoming events.
Like, share, subscribe. like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.